All right, hey everybody. So today I want to do a pick a card reading to look and see what's going on in your life that you need to release, to let go of, and to maybe work on healing. Different times we go through periods where we just aren't moving forward. We're really stuck. We can't figure out what's going on, why we are so unable to move forward, and usually there's a few things that are going on inside of us that we just aren't aware of. And so this reading is aimed at helping you figure out what those things are and how to release them successfully, to move forward, to have a better time in life. So we're going to pick 4 cards, and I just want you to take a look and see which pile resonates with you. Below, there will be timestamps that will take you directly to your reading after you take a look and see which card draws you in the most. Just follow your instincts, your intuition, and that will guide you to the correct reading. As always, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you may have messages in that pile as well, so check out as many as you would like. Go with whatever you are drawn to. You will not go wrong. Okay, so let's see what we can pick from to take a look and see what is blocking us from moving forward, what we need to go forward in life successfully, what we need to let go of. Okay, so pile 1, we have Heka, which is alchemical force. Take a look at the card closer. It's pile 1. For pile 2, we have Nepti, it's meditation. For pile 3, we have Selkis, healing. And for pile 4, we have Toth, wholeness. So I will give you guys a minute if you want to pause the video and just take a look and see what draws you in the most, which pile you are most attracted to. Again, the piles are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Timestamps are located below. You can go straight to your reading, and I will see you there. 1, welcome to your reading. You are the group who picked Heka, alchemical force. Let's see what's going on in your life that we could release. It needs to be let go of to help you guys move forward. Oops, we got one popped out for us. Let's just see what's going on exactly. What's happening in your life. Okay, we got 3 of them popped out for 4. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords, the Hanged Man, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Empress. So let's see what's going on. So looking at your cards that we have so far, pile 1, to me, I am getting the impression that you guys have been very overwhelmed with a lot of different information coming in your way. You've been working really hard. You have really given your heart and soul into a project, into a person, into a job, and it's just really not going necessarily as planned. Or perhaps it is really satisfying materially, but it's not really fulfilling for your heart, your soul. And it is a situation that is really needing you to look at it in a couple different ways. Perhaps this is a very abstract career. Perhaps you could be artists, you could be entertainers. It doesn't have to be that, but that is something that I'm picking up on. And having to use so much brain power, having to use a lot of your mind, your body, your emotions all together is very tiring, and you should take some rest. Let's see what else we have. Information we've got. You can pick from. Okay, the King of Wands, Emperor, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. So, let's talk about the actual cards you picked. Heka, alchemical force. Heka is the energy of magic. In ancient Egypt and ancient Kemet, Heka is the energy of transformation. It is the alchemical force, just as the card says. Now, a lot of time that speaks to the vitality. It speaks to the energy of life that's within you. And as I was saying, if you are really overextending yourself, if you're overdoing it, that life force tends to deplete, and that makes it so you aren't able to really do as much as you would like to do. You aren't able to go forward as easily. You're tired all the time. But I can see where your position doesn't allow you much rest. And in fact, I feel that people are kind of watching over you, not really letting you have the rest that you need. Maybe your boss is very demanding. Maybe you have a very physically demanding profession, such as when I was mentioning earlier, entertainers. Again, I kind of see that energy coming through to me here during this reading, that a lot of you are people who would perform. Performing comes in many different forms. Not always is it on stage, not always is it that in front of an audience. Sometimes we perform just in our everyday life. We are often putting on a face to the world. We're not always showing everything that is really going on within our soul and our heart. We have to put on a brave face. We have to put on a smile when we don't really feel like smiling. And I think that you're in a situation that's very demanding, and it's not allowing you to really express yourself in the way that you need to, or allowing you to take the breaks that you deserve in life. Thing for you guys that needs to be changed and worked on really and truly is your relationship between work and rest. These two things have to be balanced out. Work and play, work and play. Life isn't meant to be just one or the other. You need to have both. That creates balance, that creates stability. So definitely take a look at where you can balance your life, where you can fit in some free time, where you're able to actually enjoy time with friends, with family. Without that, you really are risking going into having some burnout with your job. And that for you, particularly with how demanding your life is right now, would not be good for you. So finding some rest, finding some time to really just relax and to let go is really going to be beneficial for you, Group 1. Let us take a look and see what else we've got going on, how we can really go about doing this, releasing all this extra tension and stress. Certainly meditation would be beneficial for you, Group 1. And Qigong would be something, a good practice for you guys to pick up as well, because we are looking at your life force, your vitality, and it being depleted. And Qigong is very much an inner alchemical exercise. It helps us to gather the qi, the life force within us, and replenish it and keep it moving through our energetic bodies healthfully. And it really does, and I tell you from experience, it helps to regenerate you and keep you very youthful, and helps in so many ways. Definitely check that out, Pile 1. Let's see what else. Okay. Okay. So definitely this time of rest is well deserved for you guys. One way that you do this in particular, because you guys are an active group, you might not be the type who really goes for having a vacation, having a rest, having some time to relax. Finding some time to give back to the community is a great way to work and play at the same time. You're able to see people, you're able to socialize, but you're also able to help, and you're doing a job of sorts. You're being a humanitarian. You are helping others. And you also, for those of you who are very creative, and I like you actors and entertainers out there who are in this group, ideas, creativity, those feelings of spontaneity that you get, those emotions of creativity, those bursts of energy to do something creative that's on your own terms is something that you should go for. Do that. Do something that's fun for you. Find a way to put your creative energy into something that is practical, yet also able to give you some relaxation. Again, relaxation does not mean always just laying on your back all day or taking a big, huge vacation. Sometimes it really is just doing something that gives you some peace of mind. You can still be doing things without having to overdo yourself. And when we do things that are nourishing to our soul, to our emotions, we are in turn nourishing ourselves. We are gathering that vitality. We're replenishing our life force because we're enjoying what we're doing. And having a practice, especially where you're able to be yourself, creates not only the actual life force, but it helps you to generate more generosity, generate more gratitude for life. All these things are going to help you out a lot. So volunteer work, helping out in different ways, giving, having social groups to go to, whether that's like at a, even church, maybe even, some sort of a fellowship, some sort of group that you can be a part of where you can give back to the community, going to a soup kitchen, going to the animal shelter. Any of those kind of activities will help you meet people, get some social interaction, feel like you're actually doing work because you are doing something without feeling like you're being lazy. Because you certainly are not a group that's going to enjoy feeling lazy. So this is a way for you to actually give of yourself as you have been doing, but also replenish yourself. You're giving to others and receiving, not in a selfish way either, but in a way that is natural for you and natural to how life works in your mind. So really following that spontaneity, going with the flow of inspiration that comes to you is what you need. This is something that you deserve to have. And after a huge time of work, you have to have some type of a break for yourself. And you guys definitely deserve that. So please go for it. Let's see if we have any final advice coming through for you to take forward with you. Okay, stillness, yes, definitely taking some time to just do what you are wanting to do. Relaxation, again, I'll say it, you do not have to have absolute stillness, but sometimes stillness of the mind where you aren't having to think so much because, like I said earlier, I feel like your brain is really overdoing it. You see how the swan in the picture is sitting there. Okay, it seems like there's nothing going on, but in reality, she's still floating, right? Something is happening. It may seem effortless, but there is work going on. The same can go for you. You do something that feels natural for yourself, feels relaxing, feels enjoyable. And when you enjoy something that you're doing, it never feels much like work. It's fun, and you're not being, lazy. You're not doing anything that is unproductive. You are able to really be the beautiful person that you are. So that is my advice for you, Group 1. Thank you for checking out this reading. I hope this has helped you out a lot, and I will hope to see you next time. All right, take care. Bye. All right, welcome Pile 2 for your reading. Thank you for joining me today. For those of you who chose the card Nefti Meditation, let's take a look and see what's going on in your life that you need to release and let go of so you can get some much needed enjoyment in your life. Progress going forward. See what's going on. Okay. 8 of Pentacles, the World, 3 of Cups, and the Devil. Okay. So, for a lot of you, one of the biggest things that is keeping you back from really succeeding in life, keeping you from moving forward, is a feeling like everything you're doing, no matter what it is never really good enough. It's never really leading to any type of satisfaction. What I mean by that is you put in a lot of effort and time, and you end up being attached to too much of a good thing, if that makes any sense. You really becoming tied down to the more kind of like a party lifestyle almost, really looking at everything there is to offer and taking, but not really thriving and moving forward. So you put in all this effort into pleasing other people, into trying to enjoy life so much that you aren't able to really get anywhere. It's holding you back by how much you're trying, which always seems very counterintuitive, because it's like, well, okay, if I'm trying, shouldn't that get me somewhere? Not always. And in your case, it seems to not be working out for you. Let me see what else we've got. Let's pull your other cards here too. Okay. 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups. Temperance. Yes, definitely. Okay, so again, these cards verify this for me. We live in a world where everything is judged by what people see on social media, what people expect from us. We see this elaborate lifestyle where we really are spending lots of money, we're doing so much, we're showing off. And there's nothing truly substantial about that kind of a life usually. Not for everyone, sometimes that is, but a lot of times when we're trying so hard, it can be very vapid. It can be really unfulfilling because you're not really getting anything of substance. And wanting praise, wanting recognition, that's good, that's fine, but you have to balance it out with something else, because if you aren't able to at least nourish yourself with something that is of some sort of substance or sustenance, something that's good for you, you can't possibly appreciate the times of, the good times, the party times, because instead they just become a trap for you to really get caught in. And it becomes a really vicious cycle after a while. Having balance is something that's really key for you right now. Balancing that out and going with the card that we picked for you, pile number 2, with meditation. I think that really says a lot. And let me just explain this card. If we look at this beautiful card, okay, with Nefti, meditation. You see how she is sitting and she is looking at the Ankh. We have Eye of Horus above. To me, this kind of symbolizes spirituality, God, the divine. And the Ankh is life. She is looking at the symbol of life, the breath of life. She is contemplating that. She's contemplating the real purpose, the meaning of all that is. And having a sort of spiritual practice is always a wonderful way of finding meaning within chaos, within the material, mundane world. Having time set aside to contemplate those things, really see what the meaning of life is for you, what it actually, and that's different for everybody. But where you fit in the world, where you fit into the greater scheme of things, this is something that you're being called to do. And it will help you out a lot in moving forward. Having that gives you a sense of ground to stand on. It gives you stability. And no matter what, you need something to fall back on. You have to have something, some sort of launching pad, some place that you feel is home for you. And a lot of times, spirituality is a wonderful tool for that, because you can't really truly separate yourself from it. The divine's always watching over us, always looking down. It never goes away. Sometimes we go away from it, but it doesn't go away. Life, the sacredness of life, the cycle of life, death, rebirth, these things don't change. But when we are going into different activities where we're always just seeking out pleasure, we miss out on some of the beauty of life and the true meaning of why we're here, what we're doing, what your purpose is. So try meditating on that. Find a practice. If you don't have a spiritual practice, that's fine. Just take some time to sit back and think about the bigger things. Look into different spiritual practices. There are plenty of wonderful instructions on YouTube, on different books that are, both spiritual and secular, are religious types of meditation guides that you can look at and try to see which one of those might help you out. There are plenty of things to check on and to try out, but definitely take a look and see if you can really contemplate your life and where you're going. You may think you know where you are. You may think you know what you want to do. But what I'm seeing right now is there's a lack of clarity on that. And the way you find your way to move forward is by really taking stock of what's going on for you in your life and really look at it straight ahead without any filter. Just truly look at yourself, what you're doing, what's inside of you, and where you want to go. And the guidance will be there. It will follow you. And it will lead you towards fulfillment. I really hope that is something you guys try out and see if it helps you. I think it definitely will. Let's see if we get any other guidance that you can take away for this. Relaxation. Okay. And what is one of the most popular ways to relax? Meditation. Again, it just verifies when, having fun, partying, enjoying life, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to balance it out. Definitely take some time to sit and focus on what's really important in life and what's lasting, because these things are fleeting. They don't last forever, but they sure do take a lot of toll on us. They can really cause some havoc in our lives. And stability is something that you're really called towards right now and will help you out. So if you are feeling really stuck in life and you can't figure out what it is that's going on, I believe that this is what's going on. This is the problem. But it can easily be transformed. You don't have to do anything drastic. You don't have to go and give up everything. You just have to adopt a practice. So it's really simple. So I'm certainly not saying, don't see anybody, don't go see your friends, don't, go out. No, I'm not saying that. But take some time to really look in the mirror, really look at what's going on in your life, see if you like it or not, see if you're actually happy. And then that will open up many doors into looking into your own psyche and seeing what it is you want and how to get there. But your key right now is to take some time, take some breaks to really look at what's going on in your life and contemplate what's bigger than just that. Contemplate your relation to life and your relation to other people's lives. See the sacredness in life. Even noticing the beauty of the changing of the seasons, of the earth itself, how, everything works in growth. Looking at that even will help you out a whole lot. Regeneration is something that's very beautiful to watch, to see how just in nature things change, they grow, and it keeps on changing in a beautiful way. Things go through and have their own life cycle, and it really and truly is a beautiful thing to watch, and contemplating it helps us move forward in our everyday lives, because things that may seem scary to us in our life cycles starts to disappear because we become more comfortable with it. And that in turn enables you to truly live, especially when people fear death. That's something that's coming forward to me. If you're someone who's really afraid of death, afraid of giving up your life and your, getting older even, contemplating on the beauty of the change can really be beneficial for you right now. So I hope this helps you out, pile 2. I hope to see you in the next reading, and you have a wonderful day. Bye. All right, welcome pile 3 to your reading. Thank you for being here and joining me today. So let's take a look and see what it is that's going on in your life that you might to let go of and to give up so you can move forward easily in life. What's holding you back? What it is that you need to release, heal, so you can move forward and see what's going on. Pile 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, if you were drawn to pile number 2, some of the same cards have come out for this reading as were in their pile, so you may want to go check that one out as well. That message may resonate with you, as an additional piece of information for you guys to follow to help you out. Overall, to me, what I see in this reading is you're really at a pretty powerful time in your life where different things are going on, different changes. For a lot of you, this may be, these are cards to me that signify marriage, new relationships. Not even, I mean, it can go beyond just marriage. It can be a job. It could be choices to take for where you're living, where you're making your money, how you're living your everyday life. Different decisions are having to be made. You're being offered a lot right now. And oftentimes when we have such a big, strong energy coming in, because we have 2 major arcana cards here, and for me that always shows something, a big type of event going on in life, something very strong, something very powerful, something that has to be dealt with, that you really don't have much of a, I mean, there's always free will, but these are forces that are just really big in life that's hard to overcome. It's just almost like it's a destiny. And we have 2 of those. You know, we have the Lovers, we have the Sun here, and later down below we have Temperance. We'll get to that. But with this, you know, I see where you feel like you're being presented with a lot of different things, and you're not necessarily being able to really choose the right direction for yourself. Okay, and I think that a lot of this does have to do with relationships, has to do with your partnerships with other people, and sometimes you might be having such a great time with that person that you're ignoring your own needs, and particularly your own health. And we can see also that there is a need for balance in life for you as well. I think so much is coming into your lives right now, whatever it is, and I'm curious to know if you guys want to share with me what it is that is coming into your life, because there are lots of things, big things coming into your life right now, what those things are. But I feel like you're being presented with many choices, and those choices you make have material consequences, be they good or bad, mostly positive here, but they may not provide you with a complete sense of fulfillment, or they may be masking some issues that you may have going on within yourself, within your body, within your mind, that need to be addressed and looked at. You know, let's take a look at the card that you picked, which is really our main point of the reading. Silk is healing. And you see how it's almost like the Strength card in tarot, almost. There's conflicting energies that are fighting. And I feel that you too are also conflicted. I mean, we see that there's lots of choices going on in life, and perhaps trying to pick out which direction to go in is really taking its toll on you, is causing too much stress. Maybe it's causing you to have anxiety that's really crippling you. Despite what people may see on the outside, you need to try to balance that out and find some sort of a give and take for what's going on. And being able to see that no matter what, no matter how many choices you're being given, having the faith that you are going to pick the right choice, you're going to pick the right direction, is something that will help you out a great deal. Don't fear making the wrong decision. The worst that can really happen, and I know this sounds like it's minimizing a situation, I don't intend for it to sound like I'm minimizing anything, but you can always go and change the choices you make. Sure, repercussions happen. However, you have the power to overcome and to succeed in whatever it is that you choose. If you make a choice that you don't like right now, okay, go back, revisit. But I don't think you would make the wrong choice here. I really feel like you're being guided into the right decision. But if you feel that you're just being presented with a lot, maybe you have a new, let's just say, for instance, you are maybe dating several people. They all seem very promising, good matches. But you're having to choose, which one should I go with? Who is more stable than the other? And I do feel like this is more of an issue of you feel that your happiness depends on being with someone else. You may feel a lot of pressure right now to get married, a lot of societal pressures for those things to happen, and trying to pick the right suitor, for instance. That sounds a bit archaic, but it's not always the case depending on the culture you are in. Having to look at all these different things, each one has pros, each one has cons. Taking the time to really look and see, okay, this gives me that, this gives me that, really kind of weighing and seeing how one can benefit you over the other will help you out right now, because I think that it's really going to take a toll on you physically after a while. At least mentally. I feel like there's a lot of stress. There's lots of choices for you to make in life. Now let's see if we can clarify some of this a bit just to get more. I really feel like definitely being offered a lot in life. Sometimes you just kind of want to say, somebody pick for me, somebody pick for me. I don't want to make this decision. This is too difficult. I know I get like that. Let's see if we have any other information. Protection. So it is stability. I think, ultimately, it's the really trying to find the stability, trying to find the place that is healthy for your growth, that allows you to flourish. Let me pull some more. Okay, group 3. I'm just going to tell you, I feel like this really is a group that we're speaking about marriage, or at least something where we are establishing something very serious as far as our living arrangements, our finances, things like that. If this doesn't resonate with you, pile 3, take a look at the other piles. This may not with everyone, because I doubt all of you are going to be getting married right now or in that process. But I feel like this reading really speaks to relationships. I'm a little surprised with that. I do feel like I was going to tell you, since choices are something that you're struggling with right now. I feel that ultimately you're going to make the right choice. The real key to that, though, is letting go of any fears of hurts from the past and allowing yourself to, you got the mentality for this. I know this seems very abstract for you. This seems very difficult. It's mysterious. It's not clear cut. It's not logical, but you have the brain power to do this. So don't keep putting off making a decision for fear of making the wrong choice. You're not going to make the wrong choice. Follow your heart. Really look and see what it is that you really want. If this is a relationship, see who you're attracted to the most. What does your gut tell you? If it's a job, what job really attracts you the most? Go for that one. Even if other things don't line up as much. Or maybe if it's a job, you feel like, oh, maybe it won't pay the bills enough. That's coming for you. The choice you make, whatever that is, I feel that any financial concerns, you don't need to have those. What you need to do really is really go with your heart and trust yourself a bit more in this process. To let go of the doubt that you might make a wrong choice or a wrong move. You're not going to, okay? So I hope this helps you out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. All right, hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose the card with the god Thoth are Tahuti. This is a really great card. I love this card. Let's see what's going on in your life that you need to release and let go of. What situations might be coming up? What choices? What needs to be released? Okay. This is pretty interesting. Seems like this evening, doing this reading, a lot of you are getting repeat cards. You may want to check out some of the other piles to see if they resonate with you. Some of the messages may correlate. However, I think this one is a bit unique from the others because really it seems to me like we're looking at, let's go ahead and take the main card into consideration, wholeness. What it is that's making you feel complete. I feel like a lot of you are really wanting to have a very happy home life. And of course, yes, everybody wants to have a happy home life. I don't know anyone who's told me I want to have a horrible home life. But I feel like for you guys, you're coming into a period where you're having to look and see, okay, I've got some paths that I have different roads I can take. And one of those is the right one of those is the wrong one. But there's a need for action it's like you need it right now. Like you've got to make a decision very quickly. And it's requiring a lot of strategizing for you, which is very interesting. And I feel like that's something that you're having to deny part of yourself in order to make this decision, whatever it is for you. It's like you're having to give something up in order to go in the direction that you're supposed to, or you feel drawn to, or maybe it is something that's like making the right decision as far as something goes with like morality, making the right judgment call. But with giving something up, you also are losing something that's very dear to you. And that's not a prediction, by the way. Please understand that. That's me just saying the situation going on. It feels to me like you're faced with a situation where you're going to have to give up something that really means a lot to you in order to go in the direction that you are wanting. This could be a relationship. This could be a habit. It could be an addiction. It could be something that's going on that other people aren't aware of. I feel like it's almost something that's a bit of a secret that you have, that you're holding on to, that needs to be let go of, and you know it, but it's not a pleasant process for you. So it is almost like an addiction of sorts. I mean, it could be an affair. It could be really anything that just is like, I don't really want to let go of that. I don't want to have to give it up. But you're trying to keep yourself together. Let's just go with the example of an affair. Okay, you love this other person, but you have a family, and you really do love your family, and you want to keep things happy, you want to keep things content, you want everything to go smoothly, but you love that person, and you know you have to get rid of them. You know it's just not good. And that feels like total devastation for you to have to give that up. And you also realize that maybe that other person makes you feel more complete. Or maybe you feel a bit more broken knowing that you're doing something that might be considered deceitful. And I'm making no judgment by saying that. Please understand me there. I don't think, what you do is what you do. That's none of my business. But feeling whole, feeling complete, there's a tug of war going on between you and your emotions, what you feel, what it is that you're wanting and what it is that you need. And having to compromise and really just kind of maybe give up. It might be sad for you. I feel like it is. I feel like that's really something that you're struggling with. And it's affecting you on a level that's much more, it's hitting your sense of stability, your sense of self. It's hitting really the home life. Let's just put it that way. I'll be very honest. To me, it's much more of something that's affecting your home with your children, with your spouse. But every action has its own reaction, right? Every cause has an effect, and you know what I'm talking about, all that stuff. And the goal here is for you to actually be able to feel whole and to feel complete. And a lot of times when we give something up or we have to quit something, if we have to let something go, it takes a while for us to feel whole again. Let's get some more clarity. Yeah, we're definitely talking about family stuff. I really feel like a lot of you this is something that really has to do with family, lack of family, losing family, or trying to keep things together. Even the need for it to make yourself feel more complete. But I feel like you are having to give up something that you love very much, or you enjoy very much. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look. There's a great lesson to learn here. Group 4. Everything that happens in life goes through a cycle, right? We can be on top of the world one moment and the next be under it completely. But the thing to always remember is that what goes up must come down, but it comes back around, okay? And Wheel of Fortune is a card that, for me, always symbolizes that. It can also symbolize something working out in your favor, something really wonderful happening. And I feel that with whatever it is that you're having to let go of, what you're having to release, that you know you just got to do, don't be afraid of it, because it is working out for your good. And you'll be successful with this. Don't be too afraid of it. You know, once you make that decision, and only you know when the right time for that is, you will feel complete again. What you feel like you're having to give up, it may hurt right now really badly, but it will be made up for as much as it can. Again, that's not to minimize the loss that you may experience, but do know that it will be, that feeling's not going to last forever, and you will find yourself experiencing greater success by going ahead and making that choice and making that change than if you keep it. Because right now, you're hurting. after you make the decision to move forward by letting go, and you will start to see rapid growth. I really feel like it's going to be something that's coming into your life pretty quickly. And it's really good. The thing I feel for you most is more of like a heartache. I'm experiencing some sort of a heartache. And that's... Okay. We have security. I'm going to pull another card as well here to give us some additional guidance. That's not what... Okay. Protection. Okay. And then I also have the first one that popped out that I put back in the pile. So I wasn't quite feeling it was the right one. I think I was wrong. Always go with what comes out. First was relaxation. I'm sorry, no, it wasn't. It was safety. I believe safety. Okay, so we have security and protection. This one of the cards also came up in another reading too. So really, if you feel drawn to more than one, I'll encourage you as well to go back and look to see if another pile has a message for you that resonates. But these choices that you're making, that you're having to come up against right now, letting go of a certain person or thing, really does help lead you to a safe space. Right, it may be uncomfortable, especially if it's an addiction or if it's an ending of an affair or something like that. It's not fun, but I tell you right now, it leads to something much happier for you. A place where you do feel safe and secure. A place where you feel a sense of wholeness again. So after the period of loss, you will recover. That fear of losing things really does keep us stuck, doesn't it? It really keeps us from letting go of what we know we need to let go of, what's really not healthy for us, no matter how much we like it. I mean, it could be anything from, like I said earlier, an affair. It could be cigarettes. It could be anything. But it's just not good for you, and you have to let it go. And it sucks that you have to let things like that go. It's enjoyable. No one wants to let go of something that's enjoyable. But the truth is, it's not good for us. So we have to do what is good for us, what is going to help us out the most. Don't be afraid of the choice you need to make. I'll say it again. You're going to make the right decision, and it's going to lead you to a much more stable ground, a much more stable sense of self. It's a path back to the wholeness that you need. So I wish you guys the best, and I hope this has helped you out. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.